Welcome back to Ace Attorney Anime Review. This is episode number 4. This is reviewing the 26th episode of the series, The Stolen Turnabout. First Trial. Yeah, this one. Yeah, this is adapted from the second case of the third video game, Trials and Tribulations. Yep, the third one. And this one introduces the character known as Godot. You only hear his voice briefly in this episode toward the end. I looked up who voiced him. Yes. The guy who voices him in the dub for this series is the same actor who voices Red Hair Shanks from One Piece, Brandon Porter. Yep. He's also been in a few other series I've done reviews for. My Hero Academia. He was also in DBZ from August Brotherhood for a couple episodes. Let's see. He also popped up, of course, like I say, One Piece. And that's it. The ones I reviewed, anyways. What's the story for this case? Yeah, the urn which popped up in the first case that was used for the second half of season 1. Yeah, apparently it's used as an exhibit and it's stolen by this phantom thief known as the Mass. Yeah. A very flamboyant thief who only pops up a couple times in the episode. And, of course, there's a guy who thinks he's the thief. Turns out he's just a fan of his, so dressed up as him. And he's accused of stealing the urn, so Wright defends him, despite the fact that Maya and Pearl are not very happy with it, so they go investigate him personally. And they're not there at the trial. Of course, he also gets to look into the PI who's actually involved in this case. A guy who looks, and this of course is very weird. I don't know if the people who made the video game probably made this mistake anyways too, but why in the world does this guy have the same hair as the bad guy from the previous case? Yeah, it's particularly very weird. Yeah, same hair. When I first saw hair, I was like, is this the same guy? I thought he was in jail. Nope, it's a completely different character. Plus, this character's got different clothes, a long nose, and a mini magnifying glass as a monocle, which is weird. And you can tell that Humaya, which has been looking at her, you actually look at the poster, and of course, in the case of Wright, it's because of his attorney badge. Of course, later on he goes to the guy's office, goes in the office, he opens up a bag. He puts his hand in, he feels something, and then the guy shows up. Oh yeah, he's some big witness to a case. And Wright gets to the courtroom without Maya, mind you. I think he probably gets with her later. And he meets Godot for the first time. And he speaks roughly he only speaks overall the whole episode. I'd say about 3 lines. Because they're just building him up. I mean, you see him. He's a guy. I mean, he just wears this big visor on his face. I mean, I also heard there's some comparison between him and Geordi LaForge from Star Trek Generation because of the visor thing. But all you can see is red, and apparently this guy also can drink 17 cups of coffee during a trial. I'm like, can this guy actually, if he drinks 17 cups, does that mean he had to go to the bathroom every 5 minutes? Either that, or the guy has bottles with him filled with pee. That's my personal guess anyways. Either that, or in the case of the 17 cups, he probably has a coffee pot right next to him on the prosecutor's desk. But who knows? We'll get a chance to see the trial next episode. Yep. Because all this episode was basically the crime and preparation for the actual trial. So you don't actually see the trial until the end of the episode. It's a pretty good episode, and of course you get a chance to come and shoot again. Seems like this guy pops up. I mean, if you notice, if you watch this entire series, the guy watches the dub. Of course, I have not watched the sub yet. I have not watched the sub, which is actually a few episodes ahead of this one. This guy has appeared practically in every single episode in the entire series, except for the pilot episode. In the case of Maya, She first popped up in episode 2, and she's only missed like one episode of the entire series, and that was episode 13. Yes, that's the true. In the case of Miles, Miles was there for the first 13 episodes, and he didn't pop up again until like the last 2 episodes of the previous season. Yeah, he was absent for a good chunk of it because, well, they were adapting the Sega video game, and of course the character. From what I've heard, the character was not originally supposed to be featured in the Sega video game, but the creators were so surprised the guy got fan base, he got so popular, they included him toward the end of the game. Yep, that's the reason for it. And Miles, from what I've heard, is not going to be in this case. As a matter of fact, he's not even in the third video game, from what I've heard. Yeah, it's particularly very weird. Yep. This guy has a connection to the guy Godot. He has a connection to Phoenix's late boss, Mia Fey. What is this connection? He used to date her. Yeah, and the reasoning why he goes after Phoenix is explained a little bit later of why. It takes a few cases to explain that. It's kind of similar to what they did with. It's kind of a copycat thing they did with Fresca, having this guy appear out of the past, go out to Phoenix Web because he kind of basically did something similar. Yeah, it's a very similar circumstance, and I don't think this guy appears after the third game. I don't think he does. No. Yeah, he only appeared just in one video game, and that's it. Yeah, just one particular video game. Yeah, so for this show, he's only going to appear just for this one season. And that's all you can see of the character because, well, and also the case of Maya, this will probably be her last season for a while until they adapt the 6th game of the series because she's absent for the next 2 after the 3rd game. But overall, pretty good episode. Good setup for the trial itself. I'm looking forward to it next week. And his explanation for all the stuff going on. Okay? But until you see our next review, which I don't think I'll have time to do tonight, but I can watch the episode. I'll probably review it tomorrow. That'll be for Tokyo Re. Okay? But till you see the next review. Bye.